Hello and a huge welcome to this video. I'm Scorpion from How to Do, and in this video we will be learning how to make a health system for our enemy who is over there. Alright, so in the previous videos we made all of this. So we added this jet over here, so we can also drive that, fly that. We can also drive this car, and we can get inside and outside using animations. That is really cool. And let me just increase this. Okay, we can also drive this car, and then you can also take out the gun with the animation. All right, and then we can aim and disaim or unaim like that, and the camera zooms in and out. That is really cool. And then we can aim in this mode, and then also we can shoot it. So when we shoot him, he dies like that. All right, so when we shoot him with one fire, he dies, so we don't need that. We want to kill him when we shoot him for 2 or 3 times. All right, so yeah. But in the previous videos we made all of this, so equipment and unequipment of weapon with the animations. We can get inside the car with animation like that, and there he is dead over there, so we can get inside the car like that, and we can of course drive it. And when I reverse the car, and of course we can turn the car with the tilting your device. You can turn your car by tilting your Android device, and then we can also get out of the car with the animation like that. And yeah, so if you want to learn all of this, then you should go ahead and click the link in the description box below and see my previous videos. Alright, so let's see how to make that. So let's just get out of that. So this is what we made in the previous videos, so if you haven't seen them, go ahead and click the link in the description box below and see them first. Otherwise you won't be able to learn what is happening over here. All right, okay, with that said, let's see what's happening. All right, so this is the bullet which we made in the previous video. So it's a prefab. All right, and it's just a cube, so nothing much, just a cube, and it has a Playmaker FSM on it. So if you don't know what FSM is, or if you don't have FSM, then go ahead and see my first video on how to make GTA on Android in Unity, and there I show you guys how to download that for free, install it and use it, so you won't be able to get any errors or anything. And this is the Playmaker FSM, and this is the bullet. We don't have to code anything. This is the new way on making games in Unity without writing any code, and it's the simplest way. So yeah, that is really cool, easy and awesome. All right, so what we did is that we shoot a ray from the bullet, like from here. Let me just quickly show you guys what I mean. So let me just play and shoot, and then show you guys what's happening. I'm gonna take out the gun, and I'm gonna zoom in, and I'm gonna shoot, and then I'm gonna pause. Right, when I come out of the game view and get in the scene, there's the bullet. All right, and there we go. As you can see, this is the bullet, and this is the ray cast. All right, so when this ray cast hits anything like something, okay, I cannot show you quite nicely, but alright, this is the laser kind of a thing. So when this laser hits anything, so it goes in this state and tests which game object it hits. If it's the enemy, then it's gonna come in here and kill him. Alright, that is that simple. And when it does not hit the enemy, if it hits something else, then it's gonna kill itself or destroy itself. Alright, so we don't want to kill the enemy instantly. We want to do something to get a record on what the health of enemy is and all that. All right, so yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the enemy and press F. So we zoom in the enemy, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say add component and say FSM inside the enemy. All right, and we're gonna say set float or something like that. Set float, where is it? Set FSM float. All right, set FSM float. And the float actually will be, or it should not be float, it should be int. So let's say set int, set int value. There we go. Yeah, set int value. And the int, what we want to do is we want to make a global int. And what is a global variable? It is a global variable means that you can access this variable from other FSMs. Like this is the enemy FSM, and this is the bullet FSM. So you will be able to see that global variable in this other FSM. All right, I think you know what I mean, and I will show you guys. So just go ahead and say new global variable, and I'm gonna say enemy health. So this will be the enemy health. All right, enemy health, and let's set the enemy health to 5. So, or let's set to 3. So when we kill him, or when he shoot him 3 times, so when the bullet hits him 3 times, he will die. All right, let's make that kind of a thing. Okay, then when we set this value, we want to come in here and make a new state and say add transition and something like next frame event. So when the you know, the health is set to 3, we're gonna come into finished, control click and finished, and come over here in this state. All right, okay. If you want to see how to, you know, just say finished this transition, so control click to any state and it will make finished you know, these transitions. Okay, so control click to say finished. So that's how I did that. Okay, so now the enemy health will be 3. So now what we want is we want to reduce this enemy health from 3 like to -1. all right, every time the bullet hits that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come to bullet and say edit and come in here, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new state over here. Instead of going and killing the enemy, we're gonna come in this state, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna say subtract or something like that, I guess, float subtract. Okay, so we cannot subtract from int, that is something. Okay, so I think we will have to make the enemy health to be float, because we cannot subtract an int, so we will have to do that. Come back to your enemy, and instead of set int, we're gonna say set float. Sorry, really sorry, but yeah, set float value, make it to the top, because if you don't do that, then it will directly go in this state without executing this action. All right, so make sure this is on the top and this is always in the bottom. All right, okay, so then we're gonna make a new global variable and set it to enemy health. Okay, already exists. Okay, so let's change something like that. Okay, and set the enemy health to 3 again, and this time it's float. All right, and then come back to the bullet and say edit, and in this time we're gonna subtract the enemy health, and as you can see, when we go in here, we can see this global thing over here, and then we can see this enemy health which is in that FSM, and we are watching it in this FSM. So it means we can, you know, change values of the FSM from different FSMs of the, you know, you can change the value of the variables from different FSMs. All right, so we're gonna subtract it with 1. So if the value of the health is 3, it's gonna become 1, it's gonna become 2, and then if it's 2, it's gonna become 1, and when it's 1, it's gonna become 0. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna compare it. So float compare, all right, float compare, and we're gonna compare this enemy health, what the heck. Okay, so this is something. Okay, let's just delete this one from here and make a new state and say next frame event and go in that state, because finished. Okay, I'm gonna explain it why. Because when we, you know, subtract it, now the enemy health will have a different value, and when we come in here, the value will be updated. Otherwise, there are some chances that we will compare the float without subtracting it. So yeah, just to make sure it works, so let's come in here and say float compare in the second state. All right, so we subtracted it, and we came over here and say that global that and float with 0. All right, we're gonna compare the enemy health with 0. So if it is equal to 0, then we're gonna say kill, because it should not be less than 0, like it should not be in minus, of course. So when the enemy health is 0, then go in here and kill him. If it's not 0, so if it's greater than 0, then go ahead and destroy self, and that is over here. Okay, yeah, so yeah, so if you don't understand what's happening over here, I am gonna explain it to you guys, but just a second. Let me just check if it's working or not. Okay, yeah, okay, let's see. Let me just go ahead and bring my player or player base right in front of the enemy so that we can kill him easily. We don't have to waste time, you know, coming from there and here and all that stuff. So take out the gun, aim and shoot him. 1 2 3. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, so it's working, right? Let me just go ahead and show you again. Equip the weapon, take out, and 1 2, and this time he should die. 3. Bam. Cool, right? So that is awesome. So let me just quickly show you guys what is happening over here. So yeah, come in here. Okay, so what is happening is that when we hit something, we're gonna check if it's the enemy. If it's the enemy, we're gonna come in here and subtract the enemy health with 1. So the enemy health is now 3, right? So we're gonna subtract it with 1, which becomes 2. So we're gonna come in here and see if the enemy health, which is 2, is equal to 0. No. If it's greater than 0, yes. Then we're gonna come in here and destroy self. Alright, so the bullet will be destroyed and nothing will happen. Just the enemy health will be subtracted to 1, which will be equal to 2. Then when again the next bullet will hit it, it is gonna subtract it with 1, and this time it will become 1. Alright, and we're gonna come in here and see if it's equal to 0. No. If it's greater than 0, yes. Then it's gonna destroy self again, and this time when the bullet hits it again, it's gonna become 0. So the enemy health will become 0, and then it's equal to 0. Yes, it's gonna come in here and kill the enemy. So enable the ragdoll, which we made in the previous videos, and then come in here and finished, and then destroy itself. Alright, cool. Okay, so yeah, that is working. And as you can see, I think I should add some kind of an animation to signify that enemy has got hurt. Otherwise, you know, it just hits it and nothing happens. So I want him to do some kind of an animation like he gets hurt. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to mixamo.com, and I have opened a lot of tabs over here. So okay, new tab, mixamo.com. So if you don't know what mixamo.com is, then go ahead and see my previous videos. I have downloaded all these animations, like all of these animations from mixamo.com, and showed you how to do that, and you know, all that. So Mixamo is the best. Mixamo is the best site ever. Okay, so it's gonna take some time, of course, but be patient. Alright, so it is called Hit, so you can find it in Hit. You can just search for Hit and you will find these guys. And I'm trying to find the accurate one, so I think this one is a good one. Like, no. Okay, this one, I guess. Yeah, looks good. And I'm gonna just download that and, you know, play it when the enemy gets hit. So download that, FBX for Unity, download that, and yeah, it should work nicely. So yeah, I was talking about that I will upload 1 or 2 more tutorials on how to make GTA. So I have already uploaded 11 or 12 videos. 12 videos on how to make GTA on Android for Unity, for Android in Unity. And yeah, so if you want to learn the parkour system or something like that, like parkour, so I have videos on that. Let me just quickly show you guys. Go to YouTube and go to my channel, and you will find the playlist. And in the playlist, where is it? In the playlist you will see how to make parkour system in Unity. And let me just do that. So there are 3 videos on how to make parkour in Unity, and the one I want to show you guys is this one. It's downloading over there. Yeah, so yeah, the one was that when we slide under these gaps in like that. Yeah, so one is that one. I made the tutorial on that, and let me just quickly see the next one. This one will be climbing some wall climbing. All right. Okay, so that was sliding one. and that is the wall climbing. Yeah, so like that. So if you want to learn this, then you should go ahead and check out in the link will be in the description box below. And this is the third one, and I will teach you guys how to vault, and that is really cool, right? Yeah, look at that. That is so cool. So if you want to learn all of these, then go ahead and check it out. It is in the playlist. Yeah, so yeah, check that out. Okay, so it's not still downloaded. I don't know why. It shouldn't be that heavy. I don't know. Okay, there we go. It's downloaded. I'm going to drag and drop it inside of Unity, inside of my animations, and okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and select the extra bot, and then I'm gonna go ahead and find the animator and find it extra, and there we go, it's over here. And then I'm gonna go ahead and drag and drop my, where was it? Where is it? This one, yeah. Okay, so there we go. This is the hit reaction. So I'm gonna just say hit. HIT. There we go, hit. And we don't want to, I think we don't want to add any transitions. Let me just go ahead and make a transition from here, not from there. All right, not from idle to here, but from hit to idle. Okay, make that. And we don't need any conditions or anything, you know, just when we get hit we are okay, what the heck. Okay, of course we need to go to over here and of course make it from generic to humanoid. Yeah, make sure you do that. All right, there we go. And now you will see that when we hit, it's gonna come back to the normal idle state. Okay, that's cool. So that is working. And now we want to come to the bullet. Where is it? Prefabs, bullet. Come in here, edit. And when it hits the enemy, so we're gonna compare it. All right, so if it's not equal to 0, if it's greater than 0, so if the health is greater than 0, we're gonna come in here and first play the animation. So I'm gonna say animator crossfade, there we go. And the animator has the extra has the animator, so drag and drop the extra in here. Extra bun. Okay, so I think that is not gonna work. I don't know, there's some problem. I don't know, it's not working. So I think I will have to make something else, so we cannot do that. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna say set bool value. So set bool value, and we're gonna make a global variable bool and say hit. So this is the long way or other way around making that, because you know this is a prefab and we cannot drag and drop and other thing inside of the prefab. I don't know why, but that's that for Playmaker. And we're gonna set the bool value to true. All right, and then I'm gonna say next frame event finished, and come in here. And so the only thing we're going to do is we're gonna say when the health is greater than 0, then we're gonna go ahead and say hit is true. And then we come in here, we're gonna copy this one, and we come in here, and before destroying it, I'm gonna make a new one, and I'm gonna go ahead and set it to false again. And you will be thinking why, so I'm gonna show you why. Finished. All right, so what we're doing over here is we are checking if the health is greater than 0. So if it is, then we're gonna set the bool value for true for some time, like for a second only, and then we're gonna set it back to false, because if it's set to true for a long time, then there will be a problem in the animated controller. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a transition from idle to hit again, or first time, and then we're gonna make a new condition over here because it's not working from there, so we cannot control it from the animated crossfade, so we will have to make a condition from here. So let's go ahead and say hit. That is a bool hit, and when the hit is true, then come over here and come back again. All right, that should be it. Okay, so now we come into extra and say edit, and then when we come in here, we're gonna say bool test. There we go. And the bool which we want to test is the global bool hit. If the hit is true, then we're gonna say animate or anything. So make a new transition, animate, come over here, and we're gonna say set animator bool. Where is it? Set animator bool, and the animator bool is the the same game object and hit. You know, this one over here, hit. Make sure the spelling are the same, and we're gonna set it to true. All right, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and come in here and say next frame event finished. Come over here and then again do the same thing, set the bool value to false. There we go, and then finished, next frame event finished, and come back over there, I guess. Yeah, come over here. Do not come in here because it's gonna set back the health to 3 again. All right, so let me just quickly see if it's working, and then I'm gonna explain what happened. Otherwise it will be futile to explain if it's not working, of course. So yeah, there we go, hit. All right, it's not playing the animation. Okay, something is going wrong, and let me just quickly see what's happening over here, if it's working or not, or what, or if it is the time is too small. Yeah, the time is too small, I guess. Let me just go ahead and set animator bool hit to true, and then wait for some time. All right, wait for 1 second, or yeah, 1 second, and then go finished and come in here and do the same thing with that. Edit, and just wait a second. I'm gonna tell you guys what's happening over here, so just wait. Wait wait for 1 second, and then finished, and yeah, false. Let me just quickly see if it's working or not. Okay, take out the gun, bam and wham. Okay, this is not working. What the fuck? Okay. Alright, so one thing you have to do is you have to make it every frame, because it's not gonna check it. If it's not gonna check every frame, then yeah, of course it's not gonna work. So I think it will work now, and then I'm gonna explain what's happening. Alright, there we go. He animates, and then he dies. There we go. Cool. And one thing I want to do is the wait time is too long for the bullet, and 0.5.01. There we go. Now what's happening is that when we check the health of the enemy is greater than 0, then we're gonna come in here and say set animator bool, and the bool is a global bool, and it's a hit, only a bool, and it's global bool. All right, and we're gonna set the bool to true for just 0.01 seconds, and then after that we're gonna set that to false, and then when we set that to false, we're gonna just destroy the bullet, and that's that. And then when you come in here and we're gonna say check every frame that if the hit, which is a global bool hit, is true. When it becomes true, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna say set animator bool, which is this one, and we're gonna set it to true. And when this is set to true, make sure this is false. All right, has exit time false, but this one has true. All right, so when we come from idle to hit, we don't want has exit time to true, and when we come from hit to idle, we want to set the has exit time to true. All right, okay, so when this becomes true, when hit becomes true, we're gonna come and play this animation, and then we're gonna come back. Simple. All right, and then we're gonna set it to false from here, just like that, and then we're gonna again check if it's true or not. So when it becomes true, we again, you know, play the whole thing and play the animation until the player or enemy dies. So yeah, that is that. Let me just quickly show you guys again. So there we go. take it out, and bam, 1 time, 2 time, and this time he dies. And of course you can make his health greater and as much you want. Like I can set it from here, like I can set it to 5 or even 6, 7, 8, 100, anything. Like I'm gonna set it to 6, so I have to shoot him 6 times to kill him. And let's see if it's working. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go.